Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy 14 Dawntrail. I was about to say Final Fantasy 11 for a joke, but I don't want to mess with YouTube algorithm that much. Anyway, let's speak with Alxaal. That world was called Vana'diel. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of my past to refute Tuliyoll's claims. Prishe, on the other hand, seems to know everything of her past and who she is. Yet to be told the memories of your life are not your own, I can only imagine how she must feel. Now's not the time to be disheartened, at least not here anyway. I wouldn't trust anything made by Tuliyollal to be safe for long. Or to remain functional. Let's return to the look while we still can. My mother will want to know of what we've seen here. There you are. I thought you should be the one to explain what happened out there in XIV. Not simply from another territory, but another world entirely? That explains much of the initial confusion between us. My apologies for any trouble I may have caused, and thank you for taking me in. Different worlds, and yet we seem to have so much in common. Cannot help but wonder what it is that links the two together. What indeed? You mistook us for Mamulja of your Vana'diel when we first met. May I ask what they are like? Nothing at all like you and yours, even if they do bear a striking resemblance. There was a time when all the peoples of Vana'diel, the Mamulja included, knew peace. The tyrant possessed of a terrible power claimed rulership over the Mamulja and turned them against us. Before we realized it, we were at war. A tale similar to ours, in a way. The rare few of us born with two heads grow to be immensely powerful. That power was used to justify our preeminence over all others. But that is not who we are anymore. We can do better than our forebears. We will do better. All of our hard work will be for nothing if Tuliyollal succeeds in seizing the throne. Well, you'll not want for aid in stopping him, I promise you that. Oh ho, keen to lend a hand, are you? I don't need to know who I am to know the right... I don't need to know who I am to know the right thing to do. My blade is yours. On my honor as an adventurer of Vana'diel, we'll put an end to Tuliyoll's schemes. If she were here, I'm sure she would have done the same. Right then. We can worry about whether or not I'm real another day. I'm not gonna stand around and let this Tuliyollal piss all over the memories of my home. You can count me in too. Don't you think you can forget about us? This all started in XIV, and we have a duty to keep our forests safe. Tuliyollal left us without a trail to follow, but it's only a matter of time before he reveals himself to challenge Arya once more. If you're to be ready, I think it prudent the two of you learn more of our world. An excellent idea, brother. We should start with Tuliyollal and see to our own preparations while we're still there. Well, we're there. Not reading, if I called. If you would meet us at the dirigible landing, we will see Prishe and Alxaal to Tuliyollal. Posable and powered airships are really something. I didn't expect the flight to be so smooth. So this is Tuliyollal. Before I forget, I couldn't help but notice how much you seem to know about me. Is there anything else you remember? I'm afraid I don't. As you don't recognize me either, perhaps we weren't acquaintances after all. What I know of you was likely overheard in the tavern somewhere. Patrons sharing stories of your famed exploits. I see. Well, I'll leave it at that then. Now, where to begin? Brother, would it not be wise to first apprise the Landsguard of what's happened, or would you prefer another stern lecture from the Vow of Reason? Ugh, it's gonna rip off our tail. Fine. Educate them occupied while we see to the Landsguard, maybe take them to eat or something. I know, take them to Aunt T's temple for tacos. Here, for that first meal of yours. Be spoiled. And just so we're clear, we're not expecting to earn your forgiveness. No amount of good deeds will ever undo our past, but there's always time to build a better future. When you get there, tell her we sent you. She'll see that we're taken care of. You're taken care of. Speaking away difficult. Hope she might remember me, but she doesn't seem to know me. Gods, who am I? Auntie's tacos, eh? Let me guess. They serve tacos? Oh, I can hardly wait. I ate tacos all the time back home. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to take a more scenic route. Maybe something along the way will help jog Alxaal's memory. Prishe and Alxaal are now accompanying you. So the whole taco thing, I think, is a reference to the fact, like, also there's just not a good way to do this. The fact that one of the main DPS foods back in FF11 was Thavnasian tacos, or Thavnarian tacos. Thavnasia, I'm thinking. Yeah, Thavnasian tacos was like one of the premier DPS foods. Alpacas. What in Alxaal's name is that? Do people actually ride those things? Chocobos are the only beasts I've ever seen used for riding in Vana'diel. If they have any, I'd sure like to see them. We'll get on that in a moment. Alpacas. Those creatures remind me of the chocobos in Vana'diel. To say we adventurers found them indispensable would be no exaggeration. From shore to shore, they were our faithful companions wheresoever the roads might lead us. So, I did mention before about, teleporting. Like, you know, people would sell teleports or whatever to make some gil. There were chocobos. They were just on preset routes. Until quality of life patches happened. After I quit. I got to experience it a little bit. And I came back for like a free play period. But yeah, and they had added mounts then, and there was like a variety of different mounts and stuff you could do. It wasn't just chocobos, but Gornichuk Gleam Sands. My home is surrounded by ocean too, you know. It has the most beautiful views on a clear day. Not without the occasional monster though. It's nice being able to walk around like this without your guard up all the time. I can't say why, but I remember looking out at the sand dunes. There's a man out on the docks who claimed he could teach me new battle arts. He would only agree on the condition that I retrieve for him a damselfly worm, an apron, and a magic skull. I don't suppose you've met anyone on your travels who's made such queer requests. Alright, more story time as we go to the exploit. So initially you only started with a singular job, like monk. At level 18 in the Valkyrum Dunes, there was a side quest to get your sub job, and you had to get these different items to do this. As he said, the damselfly worm, an apron, and a magic skull. And yeah, it was a whole thing. But hey, you wanted your sub job. I'll just do this a little bit here, then I'll continue the story. They said Benny. I happened to spy a few goblins on the way to the market. I remember them living in the major cities of Vana'diel as well. Of course, there are no shortage of this unscrupulous sort living in the wilds as well. They would gather in droves and give chase to adventurers, forcing anyone and everyone to retreat back to the safety of town. Very sad, baby. So these are the markets of Tuliyollal. There are so many stands. I wouldn't know where to begin. It's enough to make my head spin. I'm through. Yeah, sure, hit the spot right now. No, Prishe, remember, you're about to eat tacos. But yeah, so you really wanted to get your sub job because it gave you the abilities of that job and extra stats as well, but it could only be up to half your level. So if you were level 75, you'd need to be level 37, which means yes, you had to level them. Now let's talk 14 history. Back up until Heaven's Word, you needed to have a secondary job, either to unlock a job or to get your roll abilities, because you would get them from secondary jobs. So like, you know, Paladin would need healer level to get raised, and that was sort of a thing related to like sub jobs back in 11. But you had to choose your sub jobs. So like Blue Mage Ninja was a popular one because it gave you dual wield without having to set it. Blue Mage is a whole thing in 11. It's a lot better in 11 in my opinion, but my favorite job. This is the place, right? I can smell the savory meats already. Blue, you had to like set your spells that you wanted to use, so you'd have like the different spell sets. You had to do that in 14 too, and depending on what ones you set, you would get different trades for your job. So yeah, Blue War, I think, if you could get a good dual wield setup, because you really want to dual wield. If you get a good dual wield setup, like Blue Mage Warrior was a good combo as well, just for that extra strength, or Mage for if you're going for more of a casting build for that fight. You must be Auntie. Buckle Jaja recommend we sample your tacos, so we'll have 3 of your finest, please. Buckle Jaja said you did. He take a seat and I'll be right over to try my world famous fare. Tacos at long last! Oh, how I've waited for this moment! I thought nothing could match the rich flavor of our tacos back home, but the spicy seasoning of this meat is something else. Meals on Buckle Jaja, so don't hold back. Prishe has taken leave, but we won't be outdone, surely. I couldn't eat another bite. Thanks for treating us. It was almost like a taste of home. Amnesia. Seems we still have a little extra time to ourselves. Care to hear more about Vana'diel? "20 years ago, the land was gripped in terrible conflict, the Crystal War they called it. It wasn't long before my home, Amnesia, was drawn into the struggle. During our assault on the peninsula, the beastman launched a weapon so powerful it sundered the land connecting us to the mainland. Those who survived fled to the Thabnesian safehold. It wasn't much, but we were able to piece together a modest living down in those caves." Sorry, I'm spoiling the mood, aren't I? You're an adventurer too, are you? Have any tales of daring you can share with us? Well, you see, you could watch this Let's Play. I've been doing this entire time. Or say, you know, I've been uploading all my adventures on YouTube. You could go watch there. Traveling to other worlds and saving this one from the very embodiment of despair? Wait, really? You're not just an adventurer, you're a goddamn living legend? Hero, a living legend. Sorry for the wait. There was much to apprise the Landsguard of, as you, well, know. The Tuliyollal was behind the stolen relics, and the silence of Tuliyollal was understandably difficult for them to hear. And yet there are others enticed by the rumors of a strange portal in the woods. I've heard some foolhardy treasure seekers have even gone off looking for it. A dangerous thought, knowing Tuliyollal could show up at any moment with more of those echoes. Which is why I'm going back to Jeuno to make sure our people stay out of there. If you're going, then so are we. Hippies sitting around waiting. Since tacos were bloody brilliant, there's nothing better than good food and good company pastime. I'm trying to get complete. You know. Would that we had time to show you more Tuliyollal, but we can't afford to have anyone wandering about in Jeuno. Then let's make haste to Alxaal. I can only speak for myself, but the idea of running headlong through a mysterious rift that God knows where in search of treasure seems absurd. Tuliyollal has no shortage of legends, like the City of Gold, to inspire would-be treasure seekers. No risk is too great so that they can believe their dreams can be realized. Efforts better spent on more honest living, I'd say. Walking the noble path like you, brother. In any case, whoever we find in there, we have to get them out. Quickly. Hello, Jabral Thief. When I jumped through that rift, I was expecting a dungeon or maybe a labyrinth, not whatever all this is. Dangerous, I need to leave. Don't make me laugh. Not long ago, I heard someone crowing in the streets about some rare stone they found. Something like that could be worth a fortune. I'm not going anywhere if there's riches just lying around for the taking. Never seen a city like this in Tuliyollal before. Dangerous to say. Perhaps I should hold off on surveying further then. What a shame! I happened upon a rather curious stone I hoped to take with me, but it was stolen by some Tuliyollal brute. Not knowing the value of that stone, I can't say it's worth giving chase, but he ran off to the south if you mean to go after him. I'll be leaving now. If it's truly as dangerous as you say, I hope you'll be leaving soon as well. Okay, I'm looking for some fancy trinkets too. Well, feast your eyes on this. Spoke with anyone who would listen, though a few were too stubborn to heed our warnings. A block of raw electro, but how? I take you're the one who found this? I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave with that stone. It's too dangerous. It's expect me to just hand it over? This isn't Tuliyollal. You have no authority here. I found it and I'm keeping it. It's for your own good. Put the stone down and walk away, or else. Careful, brother. Lay a hand on him and the vow of resolve will never let us hear the end of it. Ugh, we're already in her debt as it is. Fine, you come here to make your fortune, yes, and let me pay you for it. That would certainly save me the trouble of finding a suitable buyer, but don't expect me to let it go for cheap. Wait, can I help it over here? You're selling an artifact found in these ruins? Whatever this gentleman is willing to pay, I assure you I can pay more. Great, just what we needed. What do you suppose we do now? Explain, the circumstances surrounding this place would likely take more time than we can afford. Ah, of course. Why not hold an auction for the stone? An auction? That would certainly simplify matters. It would save you the trouble of bargaining with all interested parties separately and incentivize them to pay you handsomely lest they be outbid. Fine by me. I'll only be expecting payment in gil. This money will be taking me overseas where I can finally live the life I've always wanted. All event cannot be skipped. If I may have your opening bids. Can you handle the bid? We don't have much experience with auctions, but we do have coin you can use to run 1,000,000 gil. Say that from our work with the Landsguard. Hopefully that will be enough. Upon speaking with the Tonawatan thief, the auction will begin. You may also first speak with other prospective buyers to receive hints regarding their potential bids. Let's just go right to left. We have 1,000,000 gil. I said right to left. We have 1,000,000 gil all told, but I'm trusting you will need to spend all of it. Damn, I wish I had money to join in. Seems like fun. Well, it's imperative that we recover the electrobe. It would do to show your hand too early. Better to be conservative with your bid, staying just ahead of the competition. No time for back and forth of this bargaining nonsense. All I need is one bid to win that stone. Foreign merchants relieved me of my stock a few moons past, and it's a good thing they did. 1,500,000 gil, and I was forced to spend half of it in preparation for this expedition. Alright, now we have kind of information on who has what. So what's your offer? Auction has begun. Outbid your competitors for the electrobe while conserving your capital. Bakul Jaja's capital. Right then, how much will you start with? $1,000,000. No, 100,000 gil. That's all. Then I'll be starting with 400,000 gil. 400,000. I was hoping it could be at least half of my savings, but we have to bid more. 500,000 gil. A bold move, but I'm willing to bet that's all you have. 560,000 gil. Half my savings gone. Surely they're close to conceding, right? 600,000 gil. 600,000. How is anyone meant to compete with that? One out of the run? Good. I'll bid 700,000. Yeah, only one left now. I don't think he'll give up without a fight. 710,000 gil. Shit. Well, I've come too far back down now. 720,000 40,000 gil. Prison bid by such a narrow margin. Someone's reached their limits. 730,000 gil. Finally, it's over. You've been knack for business dealings, are you? Maybe you were a merchant in another life? This looks to be all of it. The stone is yours. Well done, friend. Now let's have a look at that electrope. This presence, it feels familiar. The Shadow Lord. There's no mistaking that deep and bitter malice. The stone must have served as the heart of the Shadow Lord's echo. Is being a pure hatred responsible for bringing about the Crystal War. I was part of the company that would eventually bring his reign of terror to an end. You helped defeat the Shadow Lord? Meaning Alxaal must have been there with her, but I don't remember ever hearing about that. In any case, I'll hold on to the electrope. We should hurry back and speak with the Landsguard. Excuse me, but were you speaking of the Shadow Lord just now? If there's more you wish to know, perhaps I can be of help. I've heard a great many tales of the fiend from the bards who frequent the taverns here in Jeuno. I've been waiting over yonder near the fountain for my companions to arrive, but you're welcome to speak with me until they do. A most welcome offer, though there is much to be said for a first-hand encounter with the echo in question. Perhaps we can revisit these tales another time after we've made certain no more treasure hunters can readily gain entry. Let's return to Tuliyollal and speak with the Landsguard, Arya. Come and meet us at Bright Plume Post. But what if I don't? What if I speak with him before that? Ah, there you are. If you have any burning questions about this place or anything else in Vana'diel, I should be happy to answer them. So, we can find out about some of these, those bosses in Jeuno, except Prishe. How about yourself, me? I'm no adventurer of any particular renown, if that's what you were expected. Just a man come from Bastok looking to see more of the world. Well, I lack in fame and make up for it with the strength in numbers. I have no shortage of friends willing to accompany me in pursuit of riches should I reach out via link pearl. The armor I wear is proof of our accomplishments, salvaged from the depths of the XIV undersea ruins. That said, I treasure my time with them more than any trinket or bauble we've unearthed on our travels together. You understand, surely. So, salvage is actually how you get that gear he's wearing in FF14. It's a kind of challenge dungeon where you start off with no abilities except like auto-attacking and abilities, potions and stuff, and you have to get drops to unlock like stat boosts and your abilities and whatnot too. You want to go in with small parties. If you go in a big party, you're actually hurting yourself. So you want to go with like just a party of like 6, which is the party cap. Like you can only do 6 in a party and 11. You can do 18 in an alliance, but 6 in a singular party. So kind of want to go with like 5 or 6, really. Make the most of it. Monks are really good for that because they just punch. I punch. Fafnir. The great dragon that sleeps in the depths of the Boyada tree? Yes, I know of it, as does anyone who would dare venture into Zeta. There is a great hero who did battle with a dragon, their harrowing encounter, including with the strike of his heart with a fabled blade riddle. If only they hadn't missed their mark. So I should have shown a little thing, with the little clip at the end of the raid there with the riddle in the area. They said to remain nestled in the beast's bosom even to this day, except it's in the room. To survive such a blow and live for all these years bespeaks a strength I struggle to imagine. And of course it also drops from Fafnir at 11. And yet the tales of its might have not deterred the brave and foolhardy from venturing in the tree. Hopefully they can slay Fafnir and claim its spoils. You have reached the dragon's area and live to tell the tale. Alright, and archangels. Did you hear the attack? I've heard stories of the 5 warriors clad in black. If their fates are kind, I will never have the poor fortune to cross paths with them. They were not born, but forged from crystal, assuming the legends are true. The dawn goddess Altana wept 5 tears that gave birth to the 5 races: Hume, Elven, Taru, Mithra, and Gulka. The archangels are said to be the embodiment of their sin. Apathy, arrogance, cowardice, envy, rage, the darkness that lurks within us all. No one is certain why they were created. The prevailing theory is they served as guardians of some ancient paradise. Like Ruan Gardens. Anyway, the Shadow Lord. The great darkness of the Northland, hatred made manifest. There's not a soul in all of Vana'diel who doesn't know of the Shadow Lord. His sole desire was to bring about the extinction of Altana's children, and so he rallied together the Beastmen, inciting what came to be known as the Crystal War. The Beastmen's assault was merciless, and it was not long before Bastok, Sendoria, and Winders were brought to their knees. It was only after the Archduke Camlanot convinced them to join forces with the Grand Duchy of Jeuno that they gained the momentum needed to push back. United as the Alliance of Altana, they would eventually drive the Beastmen back from their lands, and soon found themselves going on the offensive in Zarkabard. Their alliance proved victorious in the end, but not without a great many sacrifices. Peace has been restored to Vana'diel for a time at least. The Shadow Lord was somehow resurrected 20 years later, but thankfully he was slain before the Beastmen could be emboldened to take arms a second time. There is much speculation as to his origins. Most believe he was once a Gulka, if you can believe it. He was betrayed by one of his companions, mortally wounded, and left to die. A dear friend of his was also said to have been cut down in the altercation. He succumbed to his wounds, but his rage and despair would remain, giving life to the Shadow Lord. If what you say is true and he has returned once more, perhaps the flames of his hatred can never truly be extinguished. Anyway, that's all he has to say for us. Go to Tuli. Once again, we're left with nothing but time on our hands until Tuliyollal shows himself. I suppose there's no shortage of work to be done if we ask the Landsguard. You may be better served exploring Tuliyollal, familiarizing yourself with the land. It wouldn't do to find yourself lost when you're needed most. An honest-to-God's adventure! What a great idea! You're coming with me, Alxaal, and don't you dare say you're not interested. Any self-respecting adventurer would jump at a chance like this. I'll not deny the suggestion piques my interest. We warn you now, though, the wilds of Tuliyollal are rife with danger. There's no place for the unprepared. I welcome the challenge. Ha ha. I can hardly count the number of times Vana'diel has been visited by some world-ending calamity, but no matter how dire things may have seemed, we always found a way to get through, together. This will be no different, I'm sure of it. There's nothing we can't do so long as we have each other. A band of adventurers barely met, united in the face of great peril, just like old times. Are adventures always so sentimental? Is that so terrible a thing? Ah, here he is. The moment we learn anything about Tuliyoll's movements, I have asked him to contact you. Meanwhile, in the Echo of Tuliyollal, soon we will slaughter them all. Is that not so, Tuliyollal? Soon, my dawn servant, very soon, and then there shall be none to stop you from taking your rightful place on the throne. How fortunate for me he lacks the wisdom of the true dawn servant. But if he will be made fit to rule, I must choose from the echoes carefully. Hello, Lord shall promise, but Vana'diel is a land of rich history, and so for those who are but a blink in the annals of history. With the strength of the ancients, I will bring Troll, no, the whole world, to its knees. And now that wraps up the 24 men raid for now for 7.1. It shall return in 7.3, so in 8 months or so. Something like that. It'll be a while. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, maybe click the little bell. Oh, also I did run the raid again. And I picked myself up a minion by pure luck. As the minion, depose it. Was he like actually like it actually moves? Interesting. There we go. Yeah, that's the minion from Jeuno. Pure luck, I actually got it. But yeah, thank you for watching. As I said, if you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Also consider checking out the description for various links, social media, Discord. Come hang out. I can also get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!